Hello. All right. Hey team, welcome back. If you're new here, welcome. I'm Shelby. Am I even recording? Yeah. This one, I don't know. There actually is something that I wanted to discuss. Hold on. I want to put on lip gloss. Are we fucking ready now? Yes. Okay. Something that I wanted to discuss today. Damn, my chest hurts. It's almost like I was literally benching 120 yesterday. That's crazy. Anyway, something that I actually wanted to talk about today, which was you have time, okay? The whole like concept that we have this pressure of you have to have it figured out and you have to have your life figured out when you're fucking 18, crazy. I think that it's so stupid that like, I don't know, it's like common for people to start college and like start studying at 18 years old when like the people that are super successful, maybe I could be wrong. I could be spewing straight garbage right now, but like I feel like a lot of the people who like go back for their masters and like go back to school are older. Am I wrong? I don't know. It's just that like it's easier to go back when you actually like have established what you want. And there's so many people that drop out of college and change their major 100 times because you don't know what you want when you're 18 years old. And I just wanted to say this year, I am starting. I think that I've had like a little bit of like a buildup to working on my dreams, but like this year I'm super committed to my dreams and like making and building a life for myself that isn't revolving around anyone else but what I want, okay? And I didn't even know half of the stuff that I was doing. Like, I would say my close friends, the people that see me online, even people that don't really know me do know that like they know I work out. They know, a lot of people now know that I'm working on becoming a personal trainer. A lot of people know that I make my own nails. Plug. I think those are like the big key things about me that people know, okay? However, I did not even start wearing nails or getting my nails done until like 4 years ago, okay? I didn't even start going to the gym until like 4 years ago, okay? I'm 26 now. That would have put me at like 22, 23. I think I had like just turned 23. I'm about to be 27. I'm gonna throw up. Actually, I keep telling myself this because maybe if I say it enough, I'll believe it. I can't wait to be 30 because hopefully my fucking life will be a little bit more figured out and I won't feel so stupid and I won't keep making these like mindless mistakes. I think I've learned so much, and especially when that prefrontal cortex was like cooked, when I like woke up on my 21st birthday and I like rose out of my bed and like levitated in my room as you do. I literally just transcended into a different mind space, which was I have like foresight and I have like the capability of like making a mature decision. That's crazy. That's crazy pants. That's crazy on a grande, okay? But it was just, I don't know. I didn't just like wake up one day and like think, ooh, I think what would fit best for me is being a personal trainer and going to the gym all the time and like being a content creator and like making nails. It wasn't like that. It wasn't like this aha moment that I had. It was like a, you know what, like I'm really passionate about this. And it was also like my friends and my close people like pushing me into that space. But it wasn't like this like crazy moment that I realized that I wanted to do it. It was like I could see myself doing this forever. I think that it took me a while of like trial and error or just like going with the flow and like trying to make nails and seeing how it worked and like all of that stuff for me to really jump in and be like, okay, I'm giving this my all, you know? And it was the same way with personal training. It was like I go to the gym all the time. I love to help people. You know, people ask me questions now all the time because I guess at this point, it was so weird. I think it was like 2 or 3 years I was in the gym and people were coming to me and I was like, I'm no expert. I'm no professional. Like I just do this all the time. It's like, it's my life. And I think that kind of gives you some credibility. And I was like, you know what? I want to be able to help people like fully and like know what I'm talking about and just go for it. And I just keep looking back and thinking of who I was when I was like 20 and being like, I, at that time, had never stepped foot in a gym in my life. I had never gotten my nails done in my life. I had never done the things that I do now, my routine, my lifestyle. Everything is so different that I couldn't have predicted that. I couldn't have thought about something else. And I think looking back, I kind of remember what I did want in life, and I don't even want that anymore. Like, that's what's so crazy. And like putting this pressure on young people to choose and have it figured out and have everything all in place when you have so much time. You have so much time. And I just want to reiterate that. You don't have to have everything figured out when you're young. And that's something that I'm learning this year is I didn't have to have it all figured out. But now that I do know that I see myself in this life and this is what I want, I have to choose to like go all in. I have to just like stick to it. And like, I just had to make the decision of like, okay, yes, this is what I'm going to do. This is who I'm going to be. And then take action on it. I can't just like sit and be like, oh, I would love to do this one day. Oh, I think I would like to maybe have a business of my own. Oh, I think I would maybe like to be an entrepreneur and work for myself. I knew I had to make a decision, but I was so afraid. Thinking about it right now, the fear of rejection holds me back bad. Bad. And I think that goes for everybody. Like there was a trending audio a little bit ago that was like, your fear of looking stupid is holding you back. And that's so fucking true because it's like, for me, I can't speak for everyone because some people don't take failing as hard, but me, I take it very hard. And if I fail at something that I like tried or put my all into, or, you know, I put myself out there in a way that like other people can perceive me, or I'm vulnerable in some type of way where like people know what I'm thinking or feeling. And if it didn't work or I got rejection in some way, it literally just like pushed me into a shell. And I was like, how the fuck am I supposed to put myself out there now? Like, it's not even just making a decision to better my own life. It's like, do I want to take a risk and it turn out better than I even could imagine? Or do I want to stay safe in my bubble where I could find security in some place and just dream forever, you know? And maybe that might be comfortable. Maybe that might be something I could do. But then I had this conversation recently with my parents, actually. And Mom, Dad, if you're watching this, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry I'm outing you. But like, my parents have always been the type to tell me to be safe and to not take those risks and to settle. I think the reason that I even had the courage to go for my dreams and just try and just be here, literally doing what I'm doing right now, talking to a camera, and I just realized I don't have a microphone. Oh, my audio's trash. I'm so sorry. Hold on. Hello? And am I gonna re-record it? Absolutely not. Here's the thing. At least I remembered to turn my camera this time. I'm learning. And for me, I learn the best through like failing. I learn the best through like messing up. And I think that's also a testament to who I've always been as a person, is I'm a trier. I like, even though I do have that fear of failure, I still try. Because also I'm trying this new thing, guys. You should get into it. I'm trying this new thing where I let go of perfectionism. That's really hard for me. I am a perfectionist. I want things to be perfect. I want to be in control. I want to have an expectation and everything is executed through my expectation perfectly. That dream life, dream scenario, everything goes according to how I planned it in my head. But that's not life, and that's not practical or realistic or anything. And I think that that's what I'm trying to be, is more realistic. And in doing so, I have to let go of the perfectionism. I think my major focus this year is to get out of that habit, is everything has to be a certain way. And if it's not amazing and perfect, I can't even try. I'm going to use content creation for an example. When I look at creators and I'm like, wow, their setup is so great. You know, their angles are perfect. They have their execution down so well with like all of their content, all of their videos, everything. And it looks so good. I'm like, you know what? They probably didn't start there. They probably started in a way that was like the same that I'm doing, of just like trying, seeing what works. I just started like filming my workouts a little bit, and I was like, oh, you know what? I could like try and like move my tripod a couple times and like change my angle and like change my editing and whatnot. That is what I need to be doing more, is letting go of the perfectionism and seeing my, not failures, but like seeing what I am producing as an opportunity to learn and grow and just like go with the flow. I think that that's what it is like I have to let go of like, this isn't going to be perfect. I can't have an expectation for how this is going to go. I have to just write it out and learn as I go and like build on my own knowledge of what I'm doing. I don't think that everybody knows this about me. I think my close friends, all my close friends know. I am like really big into astrology. And like when people hear that, or like if I'm out and people are like, oh, I just like don't care, I don't know that much about it. Or it's like, it's always some guy that's like, you fucking believe in astrology? That's so fucking stupid. And I'm like, I don't sit here and tell you you're stupid for what you believe in. But like, it's just something that's like fun for me. And I do believe it like wholeheartedly. And I don't know, I think if the way that I put it is like, if the moon has the power to change the tides on our fucking planet, why wouldn't other planets, other stars, other energetic and celestial bodies that are like physically around us, why would they not have any sort of push or pull on what happens on our planet too? And it's not like oh, Mercury's in retrograde, so it made me do this, or it made me get in a car accident. But like, I think it's more of a, you know, maybe the energy in the air might be a little bit off. Energy in the air. Maybe the energy like that day might be a little bit off for you and you're not paying attention as much, or you're rushed or whatever. And it's not like it physically made it happen for you, but it could have thrown you off and caused you to get into an accident in that way. Something like that. That's kind of how I see it. And I'm never like, somebody called me, what did they call me? Somebody called me a space racist one time. And I was like, that's never what I am. I'm never like oh, well, this sign fucked me over, so I hate all people that are this sign. I've learned so much. Sorry, I didn't mean to hit you there. I apologize. Hey. Anyway, I like have learned so much and dived so deep into this topic that it's not a judgmental thing. It's like I understand each sign, each trait, how it connects to each other and how it like correlates to different planets. What I love is that my friends, my very close friends, also, I don't know if they believe in it as fully as I do, but they're very interested in it. And anytime that something's happening, like I get a text that's like, Shelby, what the fuck is going on with the planets right now? Like, please tell me what's happening. And I'll give them like a full in-depth like breakdown of what's going on in the planets and how it relates to them. I know every single one of my best friends. I know their entire chart. And even like, I'll give them like an update. I'll be like, hey, something's coming up. Like, just so you know, like look out for this. Or like, hey, like I'll just like shoot them a text when I'm like looking through, you know, upcoming transits and things like that. Transits is like the changes in like signs, or, you know, different aspects of different planets, like how they relate to each other and things like that. I'll just give them a heads up and be like, hey, just so you know, this is going on. I love you. If you need any help, just let me know. And that's like my persona to my besties. They know that I'm space girl, but I'm also earth girl to them too. And I'm very much like just know if I have disappeared, I am somewhere in nature alone, quiet by myself. I don't know where I was going with this. It's really big to me. I listen to a lot of astrologers. I follow a lot of astrologers. It's just something fun. You know, some people read their Bible every day, and I would never be like, oh, you're stupid for that. And I hope that other people wouldn't say I'm stupid for that either. I think for me, coming from a very religious background, I would never judge someone based on what they believe in, like ever. I would never say that they're stupid or wrong or bad. Everyone believes what they want to believe. And I hope that other people have that same respect for me. Because when it comes to our belief system and believing in a higher power, I know that can become like a super controversial topic. But to me, I think it's a chance to get like an open dialogue and see why people do believe the things that they do. And I think that a lot of people turn to like religion, spirituality, things like that after going through hardship, because it's very hard to find, I don't know, like the will to live if you don't believe in something that there is someone guiding you through this. When you think about it and you think, oh, well, I'm all alone in this world, that is something that can be overwhelming. And so people really turn to spirituality and religion because of that, especially like when they go through, death and birth and all of that stuff. It really pushes them in a certain way. And I think that for me, I became very spiritual and became very connected to this type of belief when I went through and just like lost my whole life, Where was I going with this? Anyway, astrologically, this year is kind of like a good luck year or like a successful year because of like certain transits and things like that. And last year, dude, 2024, I think every single astrologer that I saw and knew was like, this shit is gonna hit the fan. I knew that 2024 was gonna be crazy and bad. Not bad, but like I knew that 2024 was gonna be crazy because I listened to astrologers and I watched them, and all of them, pretty much every astrologer out there comes out with a yearly forecast where they'll say, hey, these are the transits that are coming up this year. This is how it could affect everyone. The last year, when it was like January and all the astrologers were posting their 2024 like yearly predictions and yearly like transits and stuff like that, they were like, hey guys, shit's gonna hit the fan. Be ready. They knew. They clocked it so fast and they told and warned us, okay? And I listened. I knew what was gonna happen. So like when things started to fall apart and these hard lessons were coming at me, I was like, this is all intentional. This is all part of a plan. I am exactly where I need to be. I am learning exactly what I need to know that right now. And I don't need to be trying to find control in any of this. That is something that I struggle with. That is like my vice. And I talked about my shit list on my last podcast, but like I have these certain points of me because I'm never really ever done learning. I'm never done growing. You never really are. And although I tackled like other things, there's always something in me that I'm like, these are things I really struggle with. Control, number one. I struggle in uncertainty. I struggle in not knowing what the outcome is going to be, not knowing if things are going to work or if I'm going to fail. Again, that back to that like fear of rejection, fear of failure, fear of the unknown. And this last like, I would say 18 months have been me just like not easily, but like releasing control and just like handing it over and being like, this is out of my hands. Like I'm doing what I can and I'm riding this ride, but like I can't guarantee the future. And there's nothing I can do now that will change that for me because everything can change in an instant, truly. I think that's my big lesson. I don't even think it's this next year. I think it's the big lesson in my life is letting go of control, putting myself out there, letting go of perfectionism, and like connecting with my intuition. Can we talk about that really quickly? Everyone has an intuition, and this is where it comes into like play about what I believe in spirituality. Have you ever been in a room where like somebody's looking at you and you look directly at them? And I'm talking a crowded room. I'm talking about there's lots of people in this room. You don't know who's looking at you, but you can feel it. And somehow you turn and look exactly at the person who is looking at you. Has that ever happened to you? Yes, it has. I can guarantee it's happened. It happens to everybody. I think that proves that we are so connected on an energetic and spiritual level. It's like you think of someone and they call you immediately. Like you could feel their energy like pulling to you before they even reached out. That's crazy. My son, when he was born, because I believe that like kids have it stronger, like babies and kids, maybe older people might have it stronger too. Because they're, I think, less distracted somehow. But my son used to like be like, Mimi, which is what he calls my mom. And then like 30 seconds later, my mom would call me and I'd be like, what the fuck, kid, what? And he used to do, it was like all the time. He just knew things like before it even happened. He would say this one thing and it would happen that day. Or he would like talk about his dream and then his dream would happen. And I would be like, what? I was like, this kid is magic. But I don't know what used to freak me out too, because like this one time his dad and I were like putting him down to sleep and he was like, who's that man in the corner? What man? Both of us were so freaked out. Oh my God. He was like, the man with the hat. And I was like, no! It was so scary. We got the fuck out of that room so fast. We picked him up and just ran. We were so scared because we could just feel it. You could just feel like an energy. And sometimes you can't. Like you can feel an energy around certain people. You like feel uneasy around them. They carry bad energy. They're negative energy. When you think about energy in this way, and what I think about it is like energy, we vibrate, okay? Everything vibrates the same way that like science has proven that like everything is vibrating, okay? And everything vibrates at different frequencies. Our bodies vibrate at a certain frequency. Water can adapt to different frequencies. Our body is water, so we can kind of change our frequency a little bit. Or if we're, you know, vibrating at a really high frequency, it's a lot of the time we're like very energetic and we are, you know, fun to be around and people like our presence, and we're kind of vibrating at this frequency that matches with like love and harmony and understanding. When we are vibrating at a low frequency, you can feel it around other people. You can like sense it. And it's just like, ugh, I don't like that. And that's why I believe in like, I don't know, just clearing out your energy, taking space, being alone, recharging, spending time outside. There's, studies that show that when you put your bare feet on the ground, like the negative ions can recharge your body energetically. That's crazy. That's so cool. Like we're meant to be outside. We're meant to be in nature. And now we have these little shelters and we've like created this whole little society. Oh, we won't get that deep into it, but I could go on for hours, dude. But what I'm saying is like, when it comes to people and when it comes to how we connect with other people, we have a very strong intuition. We have this inner knowing. And I think a lot of the times now, societally, we ignore it, you know? We are so distracted by our phones, by, you know, our work, our jobs, our commutes, our music, all of those things that keep us from like listening to ourselves. And I think that's also like a huge part of what I need to focus on either in this next year, in these next coming years, in this lifetime. Maybe this is like what I'm meant to be doing. I know that whenever I'm really listening to that like inner voice that I have and that inner knowing and that trust, and just like let go of control, but trust in what I know, what I just know. Female intuition, dude, unmatched. Who told you that? I saw it in a dream. I literally like prophesized it while I was eating breakfast. I literally knew and had an inner knowing moment when I was in the shower. What do you mean, how do I know? I just do. Like I just do. And it's always right. It's always right. And I shock myself sometimes where I'll just be like sitting, chilling, and I just have this like, oh, it's like a download. Like it just like from the top of my head down to my body, I'm just like I know something, you know? Or like you can tell something's off, or it's just this like, I don't know. I think religious people would say it's like the Holy Spirit coming and saying something to you or like telling you something. But I think it's just your inner intuition. And it's because we're so connected that like you just know. You know? It's that Snape video where he's like, you just know. And he's like, yeah. Yeah, yup. Ew. Speaking of being connected to people, I think that social media in a way has made us connected to everyone in a way that's like surface level. I don't think we get as like deep with people. And that's what I've been trying to do is like really get to know people and like take the time to like sit and acknowledge what people are saying to me and feel connected. And I think that's why I have strong friendships. I think that's why people are drawn to me in certain ways, because I value connection so much. It is so important to me to feel connected to other people. And that's also why I take a lot of space too. And a lot of the times I take a lot of time to be alone and that kind of thing, because when I am around other people, I'm very intentional. And I'm very much like, I am trying to connect with you as a person because I know it's so important. Connection is like what we were made for. We were not made to be isolated and alone, and we are made to lean on each other. And I try to lean into that as much as I can. What else could I talk about? Ooh, we were talking about energy and stuff like that. Can I just say, have you ever just like changed your mood like that with your music? Music has such a big part in it because music literally is frequency. Music is literally a frequency. You listen to it and it can like change your mood, and that's why I'm like, do you guys remember like 2016 and how good it was? And like the whole vibe of that year was just so fucking good. The music that came out that year had like a very positive energy, had a very like high frequency like music. This was music a lot about like having fun, being with your friends, whatever. The music now is like murder. And like people cheating on each other and people like it just, I think the music that comes out a lot now just breeds mistrust, breeds some kind of like just ego-based thinking and all that shit. Speaking of ego-based thinking, I can't believe I'm gonna say this out loud. I'm actually kind of glad that TikTok is like going away a little bit because people get the algorithm is so different. And I think that's why we like it, is because the algorithm is so tailored to us and not to our friends or anything like that, the way that Instagram is. The TikTok algorithm will pick up that you're going through a heartbreak and just like stab knives into your insecurity. It will literally just like prey on you, feed into your insecurities, tell you all of these things that like will push you into being a different person or being a villain or whatever, just because that's what makes the money and that's what gets the views. And they're literally like preying on your insecurities. They're preying on your fears. They're preying on your doubts. It turns a lot of people into these egocentric people that cannot be kind or empathetic or understanding, or they're just so trapped in their own shell of fear because what they consume and the content that they watch has pushed them into that. And I've been a part of that. I can say that wholeheartedly, that I've been a part of that, and I've like fallen prey to that and into those traps of like, I guess, going through a heartbreak and like TikTok tells you need to be a villain now and you need to be a hoe. And like the people that are making videos, I think I have a lot of self-awareness now to where I can look at the things that pop up on my feed and I'm like, they're hurting right now. That's why they're making this video. And all these other people in the comments and liking it and engaging with this content are also hurting. And they need some way to feel powerful, to take back control of the narrative in their life or whatever. But a lot of the times I'm looking at it and I'm like, damn, you're only making this because you're so hurt right now. And you're only creating out of your own insecurities and fears right now. And I think that that's bad for us to consume. Although TikTok is really, really good at like telling us or like maybe encouraging us or pushing us forward, but a lot of the people don't have the foresight to like unfollow people that make them feel bad. The way that like I do not follow like insanely gorgeous women because it would make me feel bad because they're not contributing anything. A lot of them don't contribute anything other than just like body checking and like like thirst traps and showing you that they're pretty. They're not adding any sort of value to my life. Why would I follow them? And I think that's like the shift of like when I was younger to now is I don't follow people that make me feel bad about myself. I don't. And like if they're not adding value to my life, I'm not going to keep them around. And I think that that's what it is. It's like people keep around this content that like keeps them stuck in this negative loop. And I'm like, please do yourself a favor and just get the fuck out. Like, I think social media allows us to connect and it gives us the like a means to see anyone across the world. And like, we've never been more connected and we've never been so emotionally disconnected. And it's so sad to watch. And I hate seeing it. And I hate seeing how social media has changed our perception of ourselves and of other people too. I get this constantly and it actually like aggravates me when people are like, oh my God, you're so perfect. No, I'm not. I am the first one to tell you, no, I'm fucking not. Please don't put that expectation on me. Please don't put me on that pedestal. I don't belong there. Because as soon as you find out that I'm not, you're going to be vastly disappointed. No one is perfect. We all have mistakes. We all have quirks and flaws and we don't have it all figured out. And I don't know everything, even though I'm talking like I do. I don't. But it's just we have this expectation that other people have it better than us. You would not believe how other people are struggling in ways that you don't know about, but we only portray the good stuff. And I think that has been called out 100 million times. Whatever you see, it's not real. People are going through things you don't know about, that kind of thing. But really just stop idolizing people. I think that helped too, is when I stopped idolizing people and saw them as my equal. That was so much easier to stop feeling bad about myself and being like, this person, although they are different from me and they have certain qualities that I might not have, I might have certain qualities that they don't have. And we are equal to each other as people. And we can come together. Like, I could meet someone that I used to idolize and just understand you're a person too, What am I even saying? I've just been yapping. I'm spacing out too. The way that I would love a yerba mate right now, the way that I love it. Listen, I have ADHD and it's very clear in the way that I speak because I'm so like back and forth all over the place. But sometimes I get in these ruts where I'm like really stuck in my ADHD and I can't get out. And I'm like, if you have ADHD, it's like what is it called? Help me. Oh, what is it fucking called? Analysis paralysis, okay? Where you have certain things and you have a lot of things to do and they're all pretty much of equal importance, that your brain, the part that prioritizes things in your brain doesn't work the same way that like other people who are not neurodivergent works. And so I get this analysis paralysis where I'm stuck and I can't prioritize or start on a task or complete something because of it. And so there's certain ways that I will like get out of it, and like caffeine, number one. That's why a lot of people that have ADHD have a caffeine addiction, even though it makes me tired and it like slows my brain down a little bit, like, cause it's actually stimulating me. So I don't have to stimulate myself and I can like chill and slow down. It does help getting a little bit of sugar, getting a little bit of caffeine, a little bit of cannabis, a hot chip, a quick nut, get a little dopamine menu, just like get that shit. Like, it's like somebody took those fucking electric pads and put them on my chest and they're like, clear. And I just like come back to life. It just like, I don't know, saves my life. I am unmedicated for my ADHD. I found out that I had ADHD when I was an adult. My mom kind of always knew, like my whole life. She was like, no, this girl, are you kidding? Yeah, she has ADHD. And she kind of knew, but like my doctors were like, no, she's so organized. What do you mean? Her closet is color coded. She can't have ADHD. There's no way. And then when I was an adult, they were like, yeah, it actually kind of swings on like both sides of the spectrum, where like some people are super disorganized and some people are really organized, because that's like the way that I function. I have learned so many tips and tricks on how to like function as an adult with ADHD without medication, that like I can function properly, keep an organized space, keep up on my tasks most of the time. There's some things I do forget, but like, I've just lived this way my whole life. I don't want to be on amphetamines my whole life. That just sounds like, a whole lot of backlash later. What am I even talking about? What am I even talking about? Myself, mostly. Sorry about that. I didn't even ask you anything. I'm trying to make it this year as a content creator, and the only thing that I see of like, you need to do, these are the tips and tricks on how to become a content creator. And it's like, you need to pick a niche and you need to niche down. Hey, I would rather die, actually, than pick one thing to be interested in like forever. And that's my online identity forever and ever, amen. No, I can't even niche down as a person. I have so many hobbies. I have so many interests. I have so many things that like are so me, that like, how am I supposed to do that? And I have like different things, like it's not all tied together. I think on my social media, I try to keep it, my fitness, my lifestyle, my wellness, my son. I have a whole other Instagram for my nails and stuff, but like, I'm so into astrology. I'm so into fashion. I'm so into like all of these things. I'm so into sports. I'm so into, traveling and philosophy and art and all of this stuff. How can I possibly pick one niche and be that one person? I just can't. And I don't even want to be that person. And I value people that are very well-rounded themselves, that have a lot to offer and a lot to talk about and think about. And those are the people that I love to be around the most, are the people that have, multiple interests, multiple hobbies. I don't want to be that person. I don't want to niche down. I'm just gonna be who I am, talk about what I like to talk about, keep doing what I love to do. And if it hits the right people, it hits the right people. But like, the only way to grow online organically is to niche down, and then people can find you in that niche and the algorithm will boost you up. I don't give a fuck. I would rather not sacrifice parts of myself, or not hide, but like not show my interests, my hobbies, my passions. Why would I hide that? That's so boring. Boring. Anyway. Oh, I think that'll do it for me. I'm tired of talking to myself right now, and I just got off a long shift. I made lots of money though. Hey, I love money. Guess my zodiac sign, because I didn't even fucking tell you. Subscribe to my channel, like this video, send it to somebody. Don't make fun of me, please. Follow my Instagram. Yeah, loving you. I hope you have the best day ever.